So it's Eusebius Pamphilus. It's a guy's name. He's in the Roman Empire period. He's our whistleblower. He's our whistleblower from 325 Common Era, right back at the time of the Council of Nicaea and Constantine. His book, called The Life of the Blessed Emperor Constantine, which is just terrible to read. I'll tell you about that in a second. But his book details his experiences, which he puts forth as a whistleblower in the Council of Nicaea when they invented Jesus Christ. So the Council of Nicaea was convened in 325, and it went on for a number of years. Anyway, Constantine, I'll do a spoiler alert here and say that Constantine got really irritated. He needed to have stuff happen because there were big parts of the empire in that 18 months that had started to really fracture into this woke shit. And so what he did was he went back to Nicaea 18 months after he'd started all this process and initiated it. And he told them, okay, you guys got to make a decision. And they said, well, okay, we'll do one final ballot, and we'll come down and we'll give you the options. And so they did a final ballot, and they whittled it down to 5 potential gods for Constantine to choose from, right? And so he chose the unifying God for the Roman Empire in 327 AD. And he chose Yeshua, who was a British god, and Krishna, who was a Hindu god, and smushed them together. And the Krishna, he Romanized it, and it became Christ. And so it was Yeshua Christ. Later on to become Jesus once the J entered into the alphabet. And then they put our whistleblower guy here, Eusebius Pamphilus, in charge of creating the New Testament, the New Testimonies. And what they did, and so the call went out in 327 to all of the presbyters who had survived. There were a bunch of them that gave Constantine shit, that were the original church founders, as they were poisoned by the rabbinical councils, which weren't called rabbinical councils at the time. They were called Pharisees. And they were poisoned by the Pharisees because these people were resisting the inclusion of the Old Testament, the Torah, in the new Roman Bible. And the Pharisees were desperate to get it in to establish themselves as part of the state, because they could see where this was going. So anyway, so that was your spoiler alert. So it turns out that Jesus Christ was invented. It was created 100%.